2 Will It bows in a row? Yes. Did you hear something?
I heard something.
No! No. Can we make a bow out of 2x4s? Really good bow making woods can be extremely expensive, costing even hundreds of dollars for a single bow. So one of the questions I have is, could you almost prototype with a 2x4? Could you make a working bow? Even if it just works for a couple of days, you could practice on a $2 piece of wood before you take those new learned skills to a more expensive log or stave or piece of wood. I don't know, maybe this could actually be useful, or maybe I'm just hyping this up way more than it needs to be. In the last video, I made a bow out of snow skis. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. So let's get started right now. The idea is that by following a growth ring, the bow will be stronger. This takes patience and persistence. But now that it's completed, it's time to shape the bow's profile. After creating the basic shape of the bow, I will carve grooves into the limb tips to provide a secure location for the bowstring to rest. The next step is tillering. This is the process of getting the bow to bend properly. I'll remove material aggressively at first, then switch to more precise tools as I approach the finished dimensions of the bow. I use the Sharpie lines not only to show me where to remove wood, but how deep to remove wood. The Sharpie soaks into the wood a little bit, so when the Sharpie line disappears, I know I've removed wood consistently on all the areas I had Sharpie. You see, it doesn't really matter what we've done so far, because tailoring is what's gonna make or break this bow. Don't get me wrong, we've been laying the foundation, we backed the bow perfectly, but now it's go time. It's time to turn this board into a functional bow. Whip ended. Nice. All right, we can fix this. Let's get it. Already looking better. Wow. This is when I start getting very excited. So far, I'm kind of feeling out the wood and following what I think it can handle. There's a gained intuition that I have after making lots of bows and breaking lots of bows. And it's always best to work with the material instead of against it. So admittedly, I've got off track from the goal of 40 pounds, and I'm just trying to finish a working bow at this point. If you've never made a bow or seen a bow made from subpar material, I'll let you know anything could happen. It could just blow up in my face. And now I can make it work. Can I make it work at 40? Oh, probably not. It's 25 pounds. It scares me to go past 25 pounds. We're at 30, at 28. Okay, that's gonna be the top. Let's shape the handle now. We're done, we're gonna shoot this now, but first I need a bowstring, so I'm gonna order one real quick. This is completely unplanned, but Shatterproof Archery, my company, is next door. And I'm gonna call over and see how quick they can get me a bowstring.
Hello.
Hey, I need a quick favor.
Yeah.
I need a 68-inch bowstring, make it spicy. I don't need invincible loops, and get it to me as quick as possible.
Okay, I can do that.
All right, thank you.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right, so it is 12:32. As I'm sure some of you noticed, I made this a really tall bow at 72 inches, and I made it really wide. The idea is to spread out the stress of the bow being drawn through a larger surface area so that with weaker material like a 2x4, it won't break. With that in mind, this is only a 30-pound bow, and I'm shooting for 40. So we're gonna break it or we're gonna get to 40. Even though this is a test and it's a 2x4 and it's a willet bow, I still find myself so cautious, and I tend to find the point of material right before it can break. And that natural spot for me was 30 pounds. So going to 40 pounds is unwise if I were trying to make a working bow. We're definitely gonna be pushing the limits of this board. Irmo, it took you 9 minutes. So this is spicy?
It's a subtle spice.
Subtle spice. So this is what Kaz came up for as spicy.
What is this made out of?
This is a 2x4.
Oh, and you did the growth ring.
I did the growth ring, yep. And I was going for a 40-pounder, but I made it at 72 inches, and I think I'm at 30 pounds right now. So after shooting it a bit, I think I'm gonna reduce the length because I have it 72 inches.
Yeah.
I just didn't have a string for this size. Perfect. You wanna see the first shot?
Cool.
I always like to do like the 3/4 for first shot. Ooh, that shot good. These arrows actually work really good for like 30-pound bows. You gonna shoot it?
Sure. Can I do a full draw? Or?
Yeah, you can do full draw. Okay. I've drawn it that far on the tillering tree and. Our first group was pretty good. Kaz's shot was up here, but my group of arrows ended pretty good. Even though this is a good shooting bow, I'm not easily pleased because I had the goal of a 40-pound 2x4. That's the whole question of the Willet bow. So I'm gonna cut down the length of these limbs, and that should make this bow a heavier poundage bow. I might have to slightly retiller, but we'll see if we can get this to work at 40 pounds. This could be dangerous right here, actually. A little low brace height, but there's a lot of room to twist this one up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we might get our 40 out of this yet. Just trying to analyze the tiller first. Stiff right here. So we're definitely gonna hit 40 if I went ahead and drew it all the way down. I just need to see how it's looking. Here's my dilemma. If I remove more wood, the poundage will drop. But I feel like I need to remove a little bit more to fix the tiller from reducing the length. Let me do the math. We should be able to do the math and get really close. Okay. So we have like a 41-pound bow right now, I think, at 28 inches. Yeah, exactly what I thought on that limb. From shortening the bow from 72 inches to 68 inches, the tiller has changed. The second half of the limb is not bending enough. I will rework this to attempt to get a better tiller. If the nuts are a little deeper, we can test it all the way to 40. Solid connection. Looking good. Looking good. Gonna work our way down, so that's 10. What are we there? Can you see that? 30. 35. Did you hear something?
I heard something.
No! No.
Something.
That's 37.
Quick, try to
Oh, I see it. It's going, huh?
on the top of
Exactly what I thought, compression. It's not the backing. It's never the backing with these light woods. And let's go to 40. Stay shatterproof and I'll see you on the next video. $37 pounds.